The popular Minecraft YouTuber Dream had one of his speedruns unverified after the speedrun.com mods analyzed the luck he had and realized it was simply too unlikely to happen. The number they reported was a 1 out of 7.5 trillion chance across 6 different streams. After this video came out, Dream decided to make his own response video, which I'll be cracking down on some of the major flaws that are present in it. I take quotes and evidence from across 5 different videos and I have the final result here. Welcome to Psy. If you haven't seen his response video, instead of focusing on the countless evidence against him, Dream was being condescending towards the mod team and making statements that ignored the fact that he could have cheated. Take a look at this clip.
First of all, the math was off by at least 7.4998 trillion. And the original number was 7.5 trillion. And like I mentioned earlier, this is a huge number. So it's also a huge number to be off by. On the screen right now is a representation of how far they were off by. Again, I'm sure the mods did their best, but when talking about someone's character and their image, making mistakes as big as this can be really damaging.
Throughout the entire video, not just this segment, instead of debunking all of the math completely, Dream emphasized the fact that the mods made a mistake and used the gold block array to demonstrate how devastating of a mistake it was. But before I get into the real odds, let's take a look at a mistake that the astrophysicist with a PhD in subtraction made.
Claimed that the formula they used would find the lowest possible odds in my favor, but the expert tested their formula on their own example of coin flips and found that their lower bound, or what they claimed to be the lowest possible odds in my favor, were actually twice as high as the actual odds of a coin flip streak, meaning the formula they used was extremely flawed against me.
In this clip and in the paper, the astrophysicist goes into a side tangent about the odds of flipping a coin 100 times and getting 20 heads in a row. The astrophysicist concludes that the odds would be 1 in 6,300, but this is wrong.
This is the exact probability that there is a run of 20 heads, no approximations whatsoever. This turns out to be about 3.91 times 10 to the minus 5, or 1 in 25,575, which is certainly far lower than 1 in 6,300. If an exact analytic solution isn't your cup of tea, let's use a Monte Carlo simulation like what the author probably did. Because it is supposed to be simple, the author hasn't actually provided the code, but this is what I assume he did. First, we run a series of 100 coin flips, then check whether there is a run of 20 heads. Repeat this for a lot of times, then calculate the proportion of those with runs of 20 heads. I did 10 million trials, or basically a billion coin flips, and 397 of those trials have a run of 20 heads. This means our estimated probability is 3.97 times 10 to the minus 5, which is about 1 in 25,189. Again, this is way smaller than 1 in 6,300.
It's closer to 1 in 25,000, almost 4 times less likely. Dream uses this flawed math as a statement that the math used was incorrect and flawed against him, but ended up using incorrect math himself. Nice try, buddy. Another mistake that was made in the same paper was faulty code, which is on screen. Basically, this code snippet is supposed to simulate ender pearl barters from a piglin with a minimum of 4 and maximum of 8 pearls. Quick rundown, this value here is always smaller than 1, and 4 times that value plus 0.5 as shown here is always smaller than 4.5. This means it can only round to 4 or smaller. And by adding 3 shown here, there's only a maximum of 7 pearls as opposed to 8 that they're supposed to be in vanilla Minecraft. This does not generate an accurate pearl barter. The conclusion that the astrophysicist came to was incorrect. The number that he came up with is misleading because it does not come up with a chance of that luck happening, but rather the chance for one person out of 100,000 people to have similar luck. It does not generate a response that is in the same category as the number generated by the mod team. An in-depth explanation of the actual chances in the description. This 22-minute video nails every area, so I recommend checking out the video if you don't believe me. According to the paper, Dream only had a 1 in 100 million chance of this luck, roughly, happening across all streams. You have better odds to state 5 famous people and then have all of those articles come up on Wikipedia in the random article page in the same order. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning 142 times in 1 year, or twice every week. It's pretty much entering the lottery and expecting a 1 in 3 chance to win. But here's the catch, this number isn't accurate either. As I've said before, it's not in the same category. On screen is the final result that another mathematician got in the same video that's in the description. With everything in account, he came up with the chances 1 in 1.6 trillion. The chances of winning the top lottery prize thousands of times in your life. But that's enough of that. In GeoSquare's video, he says that 1 out of 7.5 trillion is the chance. Then Dream quote-unquote corrects this, saying it's 1 in 100 million roughly, and he didn't actually state this. Another correction with more explanation saying 1 in 0.16 trillion. Even if the absolute best case scenario, if we're going by the anonymous astrophysicist results, Dream had a 1 in 100 million chance. I'll let you be the judge of this. If you're looking for more evidence against him, the luck is simply impossible in Minecraft code. Take a look at this clip.
The mechanics of Minecraft are governed by code, and code is all you need to accurately simulate particular outcomes. Dream played 24 hours of Minecraft and totaled 262 trades with piglins and 305 blaze kills. It might take a human 24 hours to do this, but a computer can run the exact same underlying code literally millions of times per second. Ultimately, we can, and have, run trillions and trillions of simulations to see what kind of drops we could expect. So the question is, after trillions and trillions of simulations, do we see the type of luck that Dream experienced? The answer is no. In fact, it's not even close. There are many different simulations being run by many different people, and not a single one has come anywhere near the types of rates that Dream experienced. For all intents and purposes, it is impossible to replicate what happened. The results of multiple simulations have also been cross-checked with the same math used by the moderators to find Dream's odds, and they agree with the results. This means that figures such as 1 in a million, 1 in 10 million, or even 1 in 100 million are demonstrably false.
This speedrun expert determined that the outcomes are mathematically impossible by Minecraft's Java code itself. There's simply no way that Dream is innocent. Also, consider the fact that no other drops, items, resources, or generations were affected at all, only the 2 items that speedrunners need the most, ender pearls and blaze rods. On top of that, Dream's behavior doesn't help his case. Before these streams, Dream publicly complained about his luck in 1.16 speedruns. Now I'm going to put some input in here that I haven't seen anyone else do quite yet, a coder's perspective on an element that he tried to use to make him look innocent. I have experience in Minecraft code. I've made multiple mods, and a lot of them are actually cheat mods or hacked client. They specialize in giving the user advantages in specific areas, and some do this undetectable on purpose. I know this area. Now, if you look at Dream's world file that he uploaded to Google Drive, everything looks normal at first glance. At first glance, that is. However, you can see that Dream actually modified this world folder at some point. Whatever it is, we don't know as viewers of the Google Drive file, because we can't see the edit history and we can't check the file dates when downloading it because it's in a zip archive. Why would Dream need to edit something inside his world folder? He made a point about his world folder here.
Within the datapacks folder, you can confirm that there's no datapacks and that no datapacks were deleted because it was not modified after the world was created.
He says that there were no datapacks by showing an empty folder and then saying that you know that there weren't any because of the date on the file change. However, this doesn't mean that there weren't any datapacks. An easy way to hide the removal of a file with Java is to decompile the code, delete the file, and then recompile it. All of the dates in the files will be the same, so it'll look like nothing was ever there. Something else you can do is delete the evidence of there being a data pack in the logs while you delete the data pack and recompile. Here's more information I got while in the process of editing this video. Dream tweeted out saying, quote, "The author of my original speedrun rebuttal has responded to the speedrun team's response. In summary, the author disagrees that his assessment was that far off and assesses a 1 in 100 million number, coming to the same conclusion that their 1 in 7.5 trillion number is off." Again, Dream decided to highlight the fact that the Minecraft speedrunning team was wrong instead of actually taking a look at the facts. If you look at the astrophysicist's second shorter paper, he states, "But either way, the probabilities were almost certainly modified, and this provides very strong evidence that Dream cheated." So now even Dream's hired astrophysicist has come to the conclusion that he cheated. Here's the full list of credible YouTubers that know he's cheated. And the author of the paper too. But Dream has already backed out of it on Twitter, and he won't own up to his own doing. Dream is the only person left to admit that he cheated. Now I'm going to point out some general flaws in the video. First off, Dream never mentioned the fact that according to his astrophysicist, his odds are actually 1 in 100 million, but only how much the Minecraft speedrun mods messed up. Instead of actually responding with numbers that make sense, Dream was condescending towards the mod team investigation and tried to make his character look as good as possible as to his little school bus of subscribers. This is likely a consequence of his unnamed astrophysicist's rule to release this information no matter if it made him look guilty or not guilty. But it's hard to believe what he says considering something that is considered simple in his words he messed up. I can somewhat understand why the astrophysicist had errors in calculating Minecraft luck and writing bad code, because it is not his area of expertise, of course. Why did Dream hire someone whose level of understanding isn't even in the same world as Minecraft? In fact, it's out of this world. In all seriousness, astrophysics and astrostatistics do not tie in with Minecraft or Java at all, and he made basic mathematical errors and code mistakes. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just Dream putting on a title to back up nonsensical math. The astrophysicist is anonymous, but in the end, I don't really care which streamer or so-called mathematician he hired on Fiverr. Here's the conclusion, all of the evidence against him. 1. Dream had a 1 in 7.5 trillion chance, or maybe even a 1 in 1.6 trillion chance of getting the luck he did. 2. Dream complained about having bad luck prior to this insanely unlikely high luck. 3. The luck he got is mathematically impossible when lined up with Minecraft's code, over trillions upon trillions of trials with Minecraft's code itself. 4. It is not out of the question that Dream deleted or edited files in his world folder. 5. Out of all of the elements that could have had higher luck, including mob spawns, structure generations, or locations and others, the only noticeably higher outcomes are in ender pearls and blaze rods, the only desired item of speedrunners. So in conclusion, did Dream cheat? Yes, absolutely. I'll leave you with this quote from Ant Venom.
I don't care if he modified his game files to give himself better luck in a speedrun, even a live streamed one. What I care about is that he then submitted that run to the MinecraftSpeedrun.com leaderboards, the official leaderboard where people go to show off their legitimate Minecraft speedrun accomplishments done legitimately. He spat in the face of 500 other hardworking individuals who legitimately worked for their accomplishments, who went through the turmoil of resetting run after run in order to eke out another personal best. The reason why I felt the need to make this video is because speedrunning is in my blood. I may not do it much these days, but I used to do it a lot in the past. I made this video because Dream decided that he didn't have to abide by the rules, that he didn't have to respect the 500 other speedrunners on the board at the time, and he still continues to not respect the 1,000 other Minecraft speedrunners who have submitted runs by now. If he had just admitted to all of this and moved on, I wouldn't have made this video, but I needed to.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's sad that Dream is thinking he can do this and get away with it. Another thing that I'm mad about is his followers defending his actions and ignoring the facts simply because Dream is Dream. They're the equivalent of toddlers covering their ears saying, I can't hear you, la 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 la. I'm disappointed in Dream. I don't see how anyone can take a look at the complete facts and deny the fact that he cheated. It is impossible to get parallel luck, and this was proven. Anyways, thank you for watching, and don't trust a creator simply because of their following. This has been Sai.